Hi friends, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to understand Teamcenter architecture, which is one of the most important topics in PLM. We will explore how data flows inside a Teamcenter and what's the difference between two-tier and four-tier architectures, all explained in a simple and practical way. So, what is Teamcenter architecture? Architecture means the structure of how data moves between the user, application, and database. Team Center follows a client server model, which means the client, like Rich Client or AWC, is used by users to send requests, and the server processes those requests, connects to the database, and sends back the required data. Depending on how many layers are used between the client and the database, we have two tier and four tier architectures. In two-tier architecture, we have just two layers, client tier, database tier. Here, the Team Center Rich client connects directly to the database without any middle layer. In this setup, all the logic and processing happen in the Rich client itself. The client directly communicates with the database to fetch and update information. So, when a user logs in, the Rich client sends queries straight to the database, gets the data, and displays it on the screen. Because it's direct and simple, it's mainly used for training setups where few users experiment with Team Center, test environments for developers to check configurations, local installations where Team Center and database run on the same machine. Let's take an example. Suppose you have installed Team Center Rich Client on your laptop and set up an Oracle database locally. You log in and create an item. When you click save, the client directly saves that information into your Oracle database. No intermediate layer in between. So this is fast and simple. But in large companies, if 100 or 200 people connect directly to the database like this, it may cause performance slowdown, security issues, and maintenance difficulties. To handle those issues, Siemens introduced the four-tier architecture. In large organizations, multiple users connect from different locations. If all of them access the database directly, it becomes slow and risky. So, extra layers were introduced to handle login, logic, and file management safely. That's why four-tier architecture is the standard setup for enterprise or production environments. In four-tier architecture, there are four main layers, each with a specific purpose: client tier, web tier, enterprise tier, resource tier. Let's see what each one does in a simpler way. Client tier. This is where users interacts with Team Center. It can be the rich client which is installed on PC or active workspace which is browser based. For example, a designer opening a CAD model or a manager reviewing a change order. Both actions starts from the client tier. The next one is web tier, which is also called as application tier. This layer receives the user's request and decides what to do next. It checks login credentials, applies business logic, and communicates with the database. It acts as a middleman that ensures security and proper request handling. For example, when you log in to the Team Center through AWC, the application server verifies your username and password here. The third one is Enterprise or Volume Server Tier. This layer manages file storage. All files like CAD models, PDFs, images, or documents are stored in the volume server. When a user opens a file, it gets fetched from here. For example, an NX assembly file opened by a designer is actually retrieved from the volume server. The last layer is resource or database tier. This is the backend database where all the metadata and relationships are stored. That means things like item ID, revision, owner, lifecycle status, all are saved here. For an example, when you search for an item in Team Center, The system fetches that metadata from this layer. Let's imagine a company like ABC. They have engineers working from Germany, India, and the US. When a designer in India opens Teamcenter through AWC, here is what happens. The client tier sends a request to the web server. The web server checks the user permissions and retrieves the required metadata from the database. The volume server sends the actual 3D CAD files to the client. Everything happens securely, fast, and efficiently. This is the power of four-tier architecture. So, when you work alone or just want to practice, two-tier is enough. But in real industries where hundreds of engineers use Teamcenter, four-tier is always preferred. It's safer, faster, and much more reliable. To summarize, two-tier is simple, used for testing or training. Four-tier is secured, scalable, and used in production environments. The main difference lies in the extra layers of security, performance, and file handling that makes Teamcenter 4-tier suitable for large-scale operations. Thank you for watching this presentation on Teamcenter 2-tier and 4-tier architecture. I hope this helped you to understand how data flows inside Teamcenter and why most companies use the 4-tier model. If you found this helpful, please like and share my YouTube channel for more simple and clear explanations on Teamcenter concepts.